When you're watching tennis on television, occasionally you'll hear the announcers say something like, he used spin to control the ball. Spin is the one thing that we use very emphatically to control different aspects of the ball's flight. Whether we use topspin to help bring a ball down, but underspin is used in many different ways a lot of people don't realize. If I get a backhand or a forehand volley below the net tape, I've got to hit it up. I've got to hit it up to clear the net. And a lot of players hit that ball flat. What happens is if I hit that ball flat with any kind of force, I'm going to hit the ball long because I've got to take a trajectory at a high angle to get clear of the net tape. The closer I am to the net, the more that angle is severe. I got to hit it more up. So one way that top players use spin to control the ball on these lower volleys especially is the idea that if I add spin to the ball and cut down through the shot, I can slow the ball's velocity but not dink the ball. If you want to become a dinker, which is in our vernacular not a really pretty word, be a flat ball hitter. Because if I hit the ball flat, I've got to soften the ball to keep it in play. I've got to decrease my stroke emphasis. However, if I can underspin the ball firmly, I can slow the ball's velocity, giving it a lot of underspin in doing so. I can get the ball on a high trajectory but not hit the ball so hard that it goes out. You'll see a lot of players hit this low volley with a lot of underspin for that reason. On high backhand volleys, you'll see the same thing. So we talked about a lot of high backhand volleys. We'll see players try to hit down on the ball. It amazes me, and I think it amazes a lot of people, how many people can be right on top of the net, have a ball 3-4 feet above the net, and end up hitting the ball in the bottom of the net. It seems physically impossible. Well, when you understand, I'll talk a little bit more about reflection, but when you add hitting down on a ball, you're just adding this downward trajectory to a ball that's already going to be going down even if you don't hit down on it. So one way to prohibit that is to slice through that high volley and maintain the integrity of that. Now let's talk about why balls reflect down. Backhand and forehand volleys, you'll see players at the net. I'm going to give you a secret to doubles play here in a moment. But I want you to understand that most of the balls you hit, when a ball is coming to you, it's dipping, it's dropping. It's very seldom are you at the net with a ball that's rising, because if it's hit with any force, it's probably going out. So a lot of the shots you're going to be hitting at the net are balls that are dropping. Off of a flat racket face, if the ball is dropping, coming downward to meet your racket, the reflective angle is down. And so what you'll see is players don't even have to hit the ball down for the ball to go straight down off the racket. So one of the reasons why we emphasize this racket open, bevel the racket open and slice the ball is to counter that very thing. Whenever I see a doubles player, and this is one of the secrets, if I see a doubles player holding an Eastern forehand grip, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to hit a lot of slices at that player, because a ball with underspin coming to a flat racket goes down even more. So a lot of players who hit with their elbows out and there's Eastern grips, these balls are already going to go down because they're hitting fairly flat. An Eastern grip on the forehand volley is a topspin grip. It's what we use to teach the topspin ground stroke. So players who use this grip automatically are kind of closing the racket anyway. You add a ball with underspin, that ball is going to go straight down. So anytime I see a player, an opponent, with an Eastern grip, I know that they're going to have a very hard time getting a low ball up and more specifically hitting a slice back over the net. They will always come in and bury that ball in the bottom of the net unless they're somehow opening that racket face. Some can, most don't. So remember that by adding that little bit of a slice, this is why the pros do it. That ball tends to dip more. We see at the pro level balls coming very fast. So we want to give ourselves even more time. When we play better players, our opponents hit better. They're going to hit harder shots. They're going to hit really nice slices. They're going to hit dipping forehands and backhands at us, at our feet. So we've got to have the means to hit a ball with authority that may be below the net tape or maybe higher, and we don't want to bury that ball into the bottom of the net.